sound of music, blending traditional styles in his fusion. Deshan Style and Naidoo is a Durban-born and raised musician who started learning music at the age of 4. He's affectionately known as Styler. He's played drums, keyboard, as well for many local and international artists over the years. He has an international award-winning artist and musician and producer. He has revolutionized the Indian music scene and inspired so many artists to start believing in themselves. He's won so many hearts in South Africa and fanfare from all over the world. Let's say a big Lotus hello to Deshan. Welcome to Lotus FM.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's such an absolute pleasure. Koobi and I are going to be speaking to you today. We're really excited.
Thank you. I am excited as well.
Koobi?
Hi, Deshan. How are you, my man?
Hey, Koobi, what do you say, brother man? How are you?
I'm good. It's good to hear your voice again after so long.
Yeah. Same here.
Okay, so what inspired you, Desh, to blend Indian music with African influences? How do you see this Indian fusion of music going along?
Look, Koobi, it's been a while I've been listening to our South African music, right? While doing our Indian music and learning our, swaras, notations, our devotional songs. And I've taken a huge interest in our South African music for about, say 15 years ago. And I've always wanted to have my own studio and recording and stuff. And as soon as I started to get into that, I started to, blend my music accordingly to the type of African influence in terms of your Afro beats and your Amapiano, your Gom style. So I started to take, Tamil music, or should I say the language Tamil, write songs according to the beats of that, and I put it together. And I found that, obviously as a tester, I started to do that, and it took to the South African artists tremendously. And you find many songs of mine on all digital streaming platforms where there's a huge influence of African Mzansi music fused up with our Indian music and stuff like that. So I've taken a real interest in this about 15 years ago, and I've given it to my fans who I affectionately call stylers, and they've taken to it, and they are responsible for spreading that love of African Indian influence fusion.
Was it very different, Desh, in terms of Indian music?
Most definitely, because I think the stigma behind it is that when it's with Indian music, we got to be strict about it, and it has to be the tabla, it has to be this instrument, or it has to be that. But I think we've overcome all of that in such a way where we are now in a world where we be living with, the generation that we have now. Yeah. Is moving on with the times, and the thing is, if we do not cater for the youth, if we do not cater for them, then we're going to lose them to a very dark world and stuff like that. So I've noticed that by doing this, it has taken to it, and look, I must tell you this much: we are, when I say we, I'm talking about South Africa. We have the most beautiful music that's created in our country. Wow. So I look at our music here first, before even, look, I'm an Indian, I love India music, I literally learn everything from there. But I'll tell you this much, I'm a proud South African boy, and I love our music. So when it comes to bringing that Mzansi flavor to the Indian stuff, I think a lot of people may have had the idea, they may have thought of it, but nobody wanted to come front. So it's more about, I took a bold step and I said, hey, listen, I'm a Mzansi boy myself. Let's bring this together. And you know what? Music has no language, Koobi. That's the beautiful part. Music has no language. There's no religion. There's no barriers. So, bringing this, it just basically me doing this just brought me more closer to the entire community that I didn't even know supported my music. So it became so diverse. And then the social cohesion part is bringing this into place. It just made the social cohesion even more easy because it's amazing that how much. Fusion music, bringing the Mzansi flavor to our Indian, Hindi, Bollywood and Kollywood and all of this, bringing that together. It's amazing how everybody in our country has taken to it.
That sounds amazing, Deshan. Tell us which artists or styles have, had the most significant impact or influence on your music.
Look, from an African perspective, I have a huge number of artists, but I'll name somebody that's very close to my heart, and it's the late artist that we have, our South African late artist, AKA, the rapper that we lost tragically, and that's true a nightmare for me. And like I said, I'm a strong Mzansi boy, so I follow these artists, I follow what they do, I follow their music, I'm in conversation with them, and in saying that, I follow Prince KB, I follow the Amapiano guy, so. But I would say I will leave it to AKA. So I started listening to him about 10 years ago, and I developed his style of the way he puts Mzansi flavor music into his stuff. And then also Casper Nyovest, one of my biggest artists, Mzansi artists that I simply love listening to. And and I must say, these guys inspired me, and I've written a song in Zulu for the first time. His song is called Asambe, and I've written the entire song in Zulu, and I've got a guy to feature in it, and it was amazing. So these guys inspired me tremendously. And Kobe, I must tell you one thing, and I know you love children. I must apologize. I was supposed to be in studio, but right now I have 45 of my beautiful students that are looking at me while I'm doing this interview. I'm in drumming classes at the moment, and I couldn't leave them and come here, so I just want to apologize for that.
That's fine. So it leads up to my next question, Desh. What advice would you give to young artists who want to explore and add African influences in their music, or just go and do music as a job?
Wow, Kubi, I'll tell you this much, right? At one point in time, there was, again, a stigma. The stigma was this much, right? It was simply that we will stick to, like, if you're doing Indian music, you just sing your Tamil songs, you sing your Hindi songs, whatever genres, you stick to it, right? But the world has changed, and now with the music and technology and the collaborations, and I mean, if you look at it, we have our Mzansi artists, our South African artists featuring in international Tamil, in cinema. A.R. Rahman, the genius A.R. Rahman is using artists from Africa, a Nigerian artist to bring out Afro pop. The entire industry has changed. So I'm saying to the youth, there's an ocean that we need to explore when it comes to music. And there's so much of tools out there, there's so much of social media. As now, there's so much of good that can come out of social media, So there's so much of tools that are available for our kids, our youth today, to go and explore, to find out, how to do a simple recording process, how to mix music, how to DJ. There's so much of courses, there's so much of colleges that offer these music courses. And you can actually make a career out of it. You can teach music, you can actually become a music professor. You can play in bands. I mean, who doesn't love music, Kobe? We live for music. Music is life.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Music is life, and I'm so grateful to the fact that my fans is what makes me, right, and they love the music that we're giving them. So it's the youth must just go out there and conquer, man. Just believe in yourself, make it happen, because we should be proud. And being Africa Day and Africa Month and all of this, it's something that's in our veins, Kobe. It's something in our veins, and we have it. We have the music with us, and like I said, we have extremely talented artists and music that come out from this country that the entire world is now listening to. So the youth should take it forward and explore. Contact the relevant people for information. Google. Go to social media, find out what's happening, and use the tools and make the best out of it, because music is life and music is the only truth. And I always teach my students one thing: no matter what happens in life, music will always be true to you.
That is beautifully said. Beautifully said.
Yes.
Deshan, thank you so much for joining us on Lotus FM and for joining Saturday Breakfast. We wish you all the best and so much success, and continue teaching, continue loving, and just expressing yourself through music. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Kobe.
Let's say hi to all the children. Hello, kiddies.
Hello, kiddies.
Thanks, Deshan.
Okay, all right.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Bye.